Hi, I'm not sure what I'm going to do again. I just do it. I do largely make them up as I go along, but as often as not, I'll have some sort of reference material from a previous painting. I have so many now. Woodland scene, Lakeland, ponds, Seven Islands, my local, or one of my local few beauty spots. Mission Common, maybe we could do something based on that. Water is always attractive, especially with reflections and so on. So we'll do that. I'll wet the paper with some water. This is Fabriano £130. I'm also on Patreon, which is a crowdfunding site. It gives people, viewers, an opportunity to make a small contribution to the channel, to my artwork. I've been doing this for free for 4.5 years, and I still am. This is a free video, of course, but I've got about 7 videos on Patreon. They've been on since, well, I've been adding to them since last Thursday week. So I've been on for about 12 days. But I think I got the notification wrong about the prices. It's $1 for, as a sort of a contribution to say, and you'll get a thanks from me for contributing to the channel. And for $4 plus, you get all the videos that I posted for the month free. For the $4, you can watch as many times as you like. And that's how it works. It gives you an opportunity to make a contribution. Art materials, as you know, are expensive, especially the amount I use. So I hope you don't mind a little plug. I'll put a link to Patreon at the end of the video. Right, okay. So we'll put a bit of a raw sienna and a bit of light red. Let's go mad here. Bit of alizarin coming down. There's water going to go in this. We'll put that in the bottom here, and going with a bit of cloud. This all dries lighter than when you put it on initially. Just keep a bit of a central area of light. See what happens to it. While it's wet, you can do sort of lots of things to it, but just a bit darker maybe, across over the top, to centralise the light. I'm just using light red and ultramarine and just merging with those colours. Okay. Well, reclip. You don't need to stretch your paper. Just reclip it really, just put it tight. The paper is pretty tough. Right, I'm going to just give that a bit of a dry, so take your headphones off. Go. Someone messaged me on Facebook this morning asking if I used the paints dry, but I did for a long time, but gradually I've gone back to a sort of a compromise between this the dry paints and the Ron Ransom method, where he used a much larger tray, a butcher's tray, a food display tray, and a Kotzman student quality tube paints, 21mm tubes, and he'd squirt them out on his 7 or 8 colours, and at the end of the painting session he would get rid of them, and I found that a bit wasteful considering how many paintings I do. So I keep them in a stay wet palette. So just some trees here in the background of this sort of pond. We can get some blue in, show a bit of distance. Autumny colours, I like autumn. And then a bit of bank, a bit of greenery, because when you get autumn trees you still get a lot of green. Use a bit of Payne's grey for that, I think. So I mix a bit of burnt sienna in with it, a bit of blue. When you're painting on wet, use much thicker paint. That's why you want some nice soft paint on your palette. Otherwise, if you're scrubbing away, you can't get to it. You can't loosen it up quick enough. So we just put these nice autumny sort of colours in. It all dries lighter. A bit of blue in there, a bit of heavier stuff. And I'm going to put a bank across, well, let's get that, horizontal, more or less. Seven Islands, Mitcham Common, it's a lovely little area. It's a pond, a very large pond with these small lakes on. And it's a lovely sort of beauty spot. The landscape itself has changed over the years because a lot of spoil from when they made the motorway around London. They built a great big hill, so they got rid of it, re-landscaped it. But I don't like it. I like the flat landscape. It was lovely when you could see for quite a way with lovely distance, but now you can't see it. You need a cloth to take the moisture. Still losing a few hairs off this hake. It's a new one, well, a week old. So we'll have a bit of sienna across that bank to show sort of a bit of a sandy other side of the river, maybe of the pond, a bit of burnt umber. This is all very simple stuff. I'm not making it complicated. Well, I couldn't do complicated anyway. I only do simple, you know me. So there we are. So we'll have islands here and there. Right, let's put in some sort of islands. Bit of Payne's grey in there. Add some greenery. All wet in wet. Oh, that nice, much darker there. Thick, juicy paint. Blue in there. Otherwise it just disappears in the murk. Now some nice autumny colours. Bit of sienna in there. And some loose stuff on the top. I'll just break that one, just break the hairs up a bit, just dry it off, dip it in the wet paint and just dab it around a bit. Technical expression, dabbing. I've not dried off, it's just my cloth's soaking wet here, I'll have to dry that. No, just break it up. I'll put that over there to dry and go back to these colours. Okay, random sort of look on that, and we'll just sort of a few lift outs. Just doing that with my thumbnail, well, my fingernail. So if you bite your nails, tough, you won't be able to do it. Nice, good, rich, dark green in there. I like to mix burnt sienna with blue to get really lovely, luscious darks. I can just have a bit of reflection pull down there. And there are sort of pebbles, there's no rocks in this, but we'll just clip it. I'm going to revert to the older hake in a minute to do these trees. So let's put a few pebbles in. Okay. Oh, got carried away there. Right, I'll bury them in some dark. Okay, I'll just get that down, drag down. Okay, well, I use my other hake, which is another cloth. Always need loads and loads of cloth, and I'll just put in some burnt sienna and Payne's grey, just to give some structure to or some skeleton for those leaves that I put in. It's all basics really. I don't really like, I haven't put enough leaves on there, so I'll just dry on the brush and we'll see if we can improve that a bit. Oh, it was too symmetrical. Oh, okay, that's better. Let's put in some branches, more branches. I'll stop using this one because it was losing too many hairs. Oh, sorry. Oh, let's just get that in there. You can use a rigger, but I try to do as much as I can with the one brush, or two in this case, because I'm using both hakes. Okay, we'll just put some of this. Okay. Let's put a beech in. Some reeds. nothing too elaborate in all this. I'll put a rigger in a minute. Right, let's get a bit of a bank, another little island up the top there. I use the original, well, the new hake. Squeeze out some water from it. Don't pull the hairs because they'll come out close. Just go easy when you get rid of the water. So a couple of islands there. And then a bit of beach there. Same again, we've put in some rich darks. Let's have this one coming over further. It's covering up there. And some good dark in there, more shadow. Sienna. And by keeping your paints wet, they're easy to get. Well, just lift out something there. Not quite right. Just re-wet it. I won't take this one up so high and won't give it so many details. A bit of blue in there. It's a bit too heavy in the background there, I think. Right. Some burnt umber, I think. Burnt umber, bit of blue. Check the reflections down. I'm trying to get this very impressionist. Let's put in some ripples. That's a bit naff, that, isn't it? We'll turn that into something else. Okay, let's come up here a bit, just put a bit more of that peach in. Okay. That's too late to lift anything out of it. But then what, we'll put a little bit of heavier green. Let's stock up with some colours soon. So that's a little bit of detail. Just to show that there is some detail. It's not that far away, probably about 100 yards if that, meters. Let's just drag some of that in there. And we've got some red in there, so we want to show that. Okay, let's do a bit of dry brush. More blue, I neglected that. The brush is too dirty, I think. I'll put that blue and the red back. Okay, sort of reflecting the overhead sky. Right, I'm going to dry, so mute your sound. Clean that brush. Right, I'll put in some trunks and things now, some twigs, and I'm painting autumn and summer. Just showing the reflections there. Right, just try that off there. I want to put a bit of detail in the foreground. I think it's a bit muddy. I think I've overdone it. Just getting some, with the brush splits, just put some water on, pat it, and then just draw it back together. Right, it started off alright, didn't it? With me cloth falling on the floor. Right, I'll put some shadow under there, just think of that, and I'll put some figures in. Blue burnt umber. Okay. Right, a couple of figures. Right, bit burnt umber. Always does good for a sort of a head. So. Bit of red. Bit of Payne's grey. Minding his own business. Put a little bit of reflection in. Put that red there. Okay, can't say I like this one. I think it's gone a bit muddy, but that is an understatement. A little bit of detail. Just a number 3 rig 4 2 rig, I don't know. Rigger. I think it's a number 2, if you ask. Covered blocks. Okay. We'll put it in the mount and see what it's about. Light coloured mount because the picture is quite dark. Well, there's plenty of warmth in it. Oh, maybe that's not so bad. It's quite a strong painting. So you can get strong colours with the student quality, but you've got to make sure the paints are wet. Otherwise, it will just bleed to nothing. So it's quite a strong painting, isn't it? Oh, well, maybe it's okay. Well, thanks for watching. Let's just bring you around a bit. Get square on it, or squarer. I'm not very good at this, as you know. So I can't see, I'm not behind the camera, I'm at the side of it. Oh, okay. Right, that's a bit better. Okay, so it's an impression of a large pond. I won't say it's Mission Coventry because it was nothing like it. But it's an improvised painting, like most of mine. Do try these things yourself, and be creative. Just be bold with the colours. That's all I can say, really. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.